Bluey is more than just a special cartoon.
Look how lovely it is.
It's packed with hidden details that most fans don't notice. So have you spotted all the surprising Easter eggs that Ludo Studios has hidden in its biggest hit series?
Wait, what?
One detail that appears often in the episodes and is actually pretty easy to spot is the blue butterfly clip adorning Coco's head. As everyone knows, butterflies play a significant role in the world of Bluey. Coco, one of Bluey's closest friends, was actually the first character to visually represent a butterfly in the show. You might recall in Season 3 when Bingo and Leela find a caterpillar, which we later discover in the penultimate episode is named Flappy. Throughout several episodes, butterflies pop up as Easter eggs. For example, in Season 1, Episode 40, there's a butterfly painting visible in the background of this scene. This shows that even before Flappy appeared in the series, the idea of butterflies being important was already in place. In fact, the blue butterfly is the symbol of Queensland, the setting of Bluey's story. Interestingly, Flappy was created long before Bluey in a short animation by Joe Brumm, the creator of Bluey, called Causes, back in 2001. Cool, right? This video will explore details like this and much more, so get ready. It's time for another Cinewave episode. Most of us have used a public restroom, right? And it's usually easy to tell the difference between the boys' and girls' bathrooms thanks to the signs with the gendered symbols. But how does that work in Bluey's dog world? In one scene at the community playground, we discover that restroom signs feature dogs instead of human figures. That makes sense. However, if you look closely, one of the signs depicts a dog walking on all fours. That doesn't make much sense, considering that the characters behave like humans and don't walk like regular dogs. But here's a fun theory. This sign might indicate the girls' bathroom. After all, in the scene, it's Bingo using that restroom. This leads us to speculate that the boys' restroom might feature a dog lifting its leg. What do you think about that? One of the coolest things about the world of Bluey is how Ludo Studios, the show's production company, puts so much effort into creating subtle clues and even telling stories that go beyond the episodes themselves. Let's take a look at some of the amazing details hidden in the show's settings. In Bingo 3000, the book Unicorse uses to tell a story is kept under the TV. In the episode Preemie Baby, you can see it's raining outside, making it the perfect day for indoor play. The story is about taking care of a baby, and if you look closely in the corner of the screen, there's one of the greatest symbols of motherhood, a kangaroo mother with her Joey in her pouch. One of the coolest details is found at Chloe the Dalmatian's house. If you pay close attention, you'll see her house is number 101, a clear reference to Disney's 101 Dalmatians. It's impossible to believe this wasn't intentional. Not only is Chloe's breed the same as in the movie, but Disney is the company that distributes Bluey worldwide. Does this mean Chloe might have more than 100 siblings? Would you manage having that many dogs? Drop a hashtag 101 in the comments to let us know, but watch out for Cruella. Here's a fun little detail you might not have noticed at the start of each episode. The title cards where the episode names are written always feature a unique detail related to that specific chapter. The idea is to showcase an object that will play a significant role in the story, but sometimes the narrator also adds a humorous twist. For example, in The Quiet Game, Bluey whispers the episode's title because she's already playing the game and can't make a sound. When you're happy, you probably smile, jump with joy, or even cry tears of happiness. For dogs, that joy is expressed by wagging their tails. In Bluey, Ludo Studios didn't overlook this charming canine trait. Anytime a character is happy, no matter how small the reason, their tail wags side to side. So tell us, what would make your tail wag? If I asked you who Bluey's neighbors are, you'd probably say Wendy and Judo on one side and Lucky and his family on the other, right? But here's the thing, how often do we hear the names of Lucky's family members? Rarely. That's why Lucky's dad is usually just referred to as Lucky's dad. However, if you pay close attention, you'll discover his real name is Pat. So why does everyone call him Lucky's dad? Well, it's probably because Lucky is the most famous and charismatic member of the family. Did you know that in the animal world, group dynamics can vary depending on the species? Let us explain. As humans, we do things differently from other animals. In Bluey's universe, Bandit drops a hint in Season 2 that he might actually be a spy. Still skeptical? In the episode Spy Game, Bandit explains that because they're dogs, each group member has a specific role to play, and this mirrors how dog packs function in real life. So what's Bandit's role? It's clear, he plays with the kids to discover what they're going through and helps guide the parents on how to respond. Have you noticed how the adults in Bluey always join in the kids' games in the most magical ways? Bandit is the one keeping the kids' imaginations alive, likely sharing his insights with the other parents. In other words, someone's watching over the pups, and that someone is Bandit. Have you ever noticed that Indy's name is actually a clever pun? Her name is spelled I-N-D-Y, but when spoken, it sounds very similar to a globally recognized word, Indy, spelled I-N-D-I-E. There's a long explanation behind this, but here's the gist. Indy is a term used to describe something that's different but cool. It refers to things that aren't mainstream but are still interesting and unique. We know that Indy's family avoids eating flour, sugar, eggs, or any type of meat. While this is perfectly normal, it's considered uncommon by many people. That's why the character's name fits her perfectly. It reflects her family's unique lifestyle. You know what's neither cool nor fun? Forgetting to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. So it's a good idea to go ahead and subscribe right now.
This is going to be so cool!
Season 1, Episode 37 explains exactly why there are so many tennis balls and scattered toys in the background of Bluey episodes. During a game, Chloe and Bingo are playing an adventure filled with fairies and princesses, each portraying various characters. In one scene, Bluey has to outsmart Chloe, the Dalmatian, to grab a magical staff. How does she do it? By throwing a tennis ball for Chloe to fetch. Chloe can't resist and runs out of the game, chasing the ball in a frenzy. In real life, dogs chase balls because their instincts as hunters kick in. They see the ball as something escaping and feel compelled to catch it. So in Bluey's world, tennis balls are scattered around because, well, sometimes they just can't resist the urge to chase them. In the episode Sleepy Time, very few people notice that there's a long dog made of stars in the background during Bingo's dreams. It's incredibly hard to spot, but it's there. Does this mean that in Bluey's universe, dogs have their own zodiac signs based on dog breeds? Or is it just like our world? If so, Bandit would be a Scorpio. Can you dance? If so, you've probably tried mimicking the Healer family's dance moves during the show's opening sequence. A super fun detail is how perfectly the music and animation align, making the intro feel like a choreographed performance synced to the instruments. Yes, this is intentional, but it's easiest to notice at the very end of the opening theme when the instruments speed up, and Bluey spins around energetically in perfect rhythm. There's an interesting detail in the Healer family's home office that hints at the history of Bluey's world. In Season 3, Episode 33, you can spot a painting showing a dog holding a lifeless cat in the background. This detail suggests a dark and fascinating possibility that there might have been a fierce rivalry between dogs and cats in the past. As you know, Bandit is an archaeologist and his office is filled with historical artifacts. This makes it seem plausible that long ago there was indeed a war between canines and felines. Perhaps that's why we never see any cats in Bluey.
You're kidding, right?
Speaking of artwork and archaeology, have you noticed the photo of Bingo traveling on Easter Island? The photo references the famous statues from the real-world location, but in the Bluey universe, the statues have dog faces instead of human ones. This is yet another clue that dogs have dominated the Bluey world for thousands of years. In the same artwork shown in the episode Surprise, there's a small but incredible detail. The photo isn't printed on paper. In just a matter of seconds, the image changes from a picture of Bingo alone to one of the entire Healer family on a trip. This proves that what's hanging on the wall isn't a traditional picture frame, but a digital photo album, constantly displaying different moments for everyone to see. One of the coolest details in the Healer sisters' bedroom is that the front of their beds has the letter B carved into them. Bluey's bed features an uppercase B, while Bingo's bed has a lowercase b, subtly showing that the blue pup is the older sister. The money Bluey receives to spend at the fair has a sticker indicating it's actually a prize from the Tooth Fairy. If you look closely, you'll notice this bill reappears in other episodes. It first shows up in the fair and later appears in the Quiet Game in the hands of the same musician who performed at the street fair. We bet you didn't notice most of these details, but don't worry, you're not alone. That's part of what makes Bluey so special. And just like the show, you're special to us. That's why we've got 2 more amazing videos lined up just for you. See you in the next one.